Hey guys, sorry for the rushed appearance 2 days in a row. This is a channel where I usually like to look very presentable, but today I kind of don't care about that. I got about 2 hours of sleep last night. It's about 9 o'clock now in the morning. I actually slept from about 7 to 9, thank God, because I kept trying to sleep and I couldn't. I never not been able to not sleep. Like, usually when something's bothering me or something, I'm able to sleep, and I'll sleep a very long time because my body just knows that if I sleep, I'll feel better. And I just couldn't sleep, which was awful. And I obviously can't eat, and I don't even want to drink alcohol or anything, which is like crazy because usually when I'm really depressed or going through something, like, I want to drink. So I wanted to make this video because I know I'm probably not going to make any YouTube videos for a while. I don't know if I will actually, because like sometimes I just feel better talking. Like, I kind of wanted to take a break from social media. I didn't read the comments on my last video, but I was on Twitter reading comments because people are very sweet on there. I need to. I just kind of didn't want to hear it. It's really cold in here for some reason. It was like so hot yesterday, and now it's really cold. So I didn't really read the comments because I just didn't want to hear them. And then I wanted to make this video today to kind of talk through something, and not necessarily anything about what I'm going through with Sean. Or myself rather, because he's not talking to me, which is fine, and you guys don't have to tweet him or any, like, really don't. I mean, I don't need a phone call anymore. Like, yesterday I just so badly craved to hear him say to me, like, why it's over, why he gave up this time, because it's not like we haven't had tiffs and fights before. Like, I wanted to know why this time. And I have my own theories, you know, which is not good to theorize in your own head, but you know, I'm sure it's his friends. He always talked to his friends about me and stuff, and not in the best light. So I'm sure it was like something. They're very pessimistic, his friends, the ones that he hangs around. I just know that they're very, like, they put down a lot of things in his life, which is fine. So I think that had a lot to do with it. But I don't, like I said, I don't need a phone call because I don't want to force someone to talk to me who doesn't want to talk to me. Like, that's crazy. I'm like itchy. I'm like breaking out on hives. I'm like really gross. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Like I said, it's not really about that. The only other thing I'm going to touch on is, like, I honestly, it's like beyond a heartbreak at this point. Like, my stomach aches. Like, I was puking. I was going to the bathroom like all night last night, and I haven't eaten in like 36 hours. I haven't eaten like since Saturday morning, Friday night even, so maybe like 48 hours, like a really long time. And so it's very weird that I'd be like puking up anything. I'm like, what do I have to puke up? Like, so I was editing the vlog yesterday morning of him coming back, and I picked him up from the airport, and like us being so happy together. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy what a difference a day makes, for better or for worse. Like, a day can change your whole life. Like, it's crazy. And I was editing the vlog Sunday morning, and I was even tweeting Sunday morning how happy he makes me. Like, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But that is neither here nor there. Today I wanted to make this video kind of to talk through, because I talked through yesterday, and I was actually kind of surprised at the reaction to me, because I thought, you know, this is going to let a lot of people down, and people are going to be disappointed, and they're going to think I'm too emotional, which I am. You know, I was actually kind of shocked at like the overwhelming amount of Trisha, you're going to be okay, which is kind of what I needed to hear, because I don't hear that from anyone in my life, which is why I need to I shouldn't say not to anyone, sorry. If people are like, oh, she's wiping fake tears, I'm not. I'm like literally just, I have like shit in my eyes. I like kind of just woke up. Trust me on this. Like, I mean, if you've ever trusted me on anything, like, everything I'm feeling right now and saying to you is just 100% the truth. And you know, I fell in love with Sean, and like fast, and in the back of my mind, I think I always knew, like, I just always knew that it was going to end in combustion. That's how all my relationships end. They all end explosively. Again, not wiping fake tears. I'm wiping my fucking eyes because there's shit in them. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? I think it is true. He always said whatever you put out there is going to happen. Because I would say, you know, this isn't going to last forever. I said that to him all the time. Like, we're not going to last long. Like, I know how this works. I know how I am. And he's like, when you put that out there, it's going to happen. So maybe he is right in that. Okay, so let's move on aside from that kind of, but onto the same thing. So what I can talk about, because it has to do with me. A lot of people are like, any explanation of like what happened, or was this totally out of left field? Well, you know, we got drunk Friday. I got more drunk than him. I took a lot of shots at Red Lobster, a lot. For no other reason that I was just happy and in a good mood and I kind of wanted just to be drinking. And so I just got drunk and it just hit me because I didn't really even eat a lot. Because when I drink, it's so funny. I get really hungry. I was really hungry that day, but when I drink, I kind of don't get hungry anymore. It's weird. So I didn't really eat that much. And so I guess maybe the shots, and I actually had like a couple drinks aside from the shots, just kind of hit me. And it actually got worse. I got like drunker as the night went on. Like afterwards, we went to Best Buy to get a Blu-ray DVD player. And then he had to go home because he had to choreograph and rest for the next day. And of course, me being crazy, and this is what the video is mostly about, is like my mental problems. You know, I was like not wanting him to leave me. We all know I have abandonment issues, attachment issues, I have all of that. And I just didn't want him to leave me. And so I was being a little crazy, and I was accusing him of texting other people, and he wouldn't show me who he was texting. Like I fell asleep in the car, and then I would wake up and then he'd be texting, and he wouldn't show me who he was texting. And I'm not saying, I don't even know. That's kind of all I remember. I mean, he told me, like, I grabbed onto his suitcases and wouldn't let him like leave. And he kind of just let me sleep in the parking garage and of his place. And I woke up and I tried calling him and he wasn't answering. And anyways, I was really, really drunk and upset, and other things happened, but not really relevant to what was the point of this. And then the next day, you know, he had texted me and said, you know, I can't believe you would try to pick fights with me again. Like, and then I kept trying to pick a fight with him Saturday too, because even though I was sobering up for sure, or sobered up at that point, I was still trying to pick a fight with him because I felt abandoned the most on Friday night when he left me to sleep in the car. Because he's always driven me home, and even if I've just been too tired and not drunk, he's always just driven me home. Whether I say I want to sleep in a car or not, he just driven me home. He has keys to my place, you know, he can, everything, he can drive me home, and he didn't. And I just felt very abandoned, and so those issues came up so strong again. And then he had told me he had seen his friends after he left me in the car. And I said, I thought you had to work. And it just felt like all of a sudden that I was being lied to, and just, I felt abandoned. So in true Trish fashion, I continue to push away, as opposed to normally when I'm drunk, I apologize the next day. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And of course you can only apologize so many times before someone's had enough. And I totally get that. That's why I'm saying a lot of this is my fault. And that's why I'm 100% owning up to it. And that I don't blame Sean for anything other than not giving me a courtesy phone call yesterday just to tell me voice to voice that he doesn't want to see me anymore. I think at the very least of everything we've been through together and everything we've done and the amount of time we spent together, like at the very, very, very least, I think he could have owed me that. Because when we went through some shit at the beginning of early last week, nothing as crazy as this, but when we went through a little thing, he asked me to call him and I didn't want to call him, but I did, because you know what? I'm like, I can respect someone enough to like give them a phone call if they need to talk something out. So Saturday I just, you know, he still was like, I'm gonna come see you, because just a lot of things had happened, and he's like, I want to come see you, I'm gonna come see you, I'm gonna cancel this job, I'm gonna come see you. He obviously, I said, no, don't cancel it, and he's like, I'm gonna come over afterwards, and I kind of was fighting it. I was like, no, but I still really wanted to see him. And he said he'd be done by 6, and so 6 comes around, 7, 8, I don't hear from him. So 9 o'clock I just start being relentless again, being crazy, and just saying, you never loved me, I hate you, being crazy. And I don't know why I do this. I don't know why. And a lot of you have suggested going to therapy and talking to someone about this. I have gone to so many therapists. Do you think I think this is normal? Do you think this is normal to me? No. I've been diagnosed with everything from bipolar disorder, chronic depression. There's a couple other personality disorders I can't even remember. Like every single person tells me a different thing. Like a psychiatrist told me one thing, a therapist told me another. One therapist told me, oh no, there's like nothing wrong with you, you're just a girl. Coming from a woman therapist. Then a psychiatrist was like, you have this, you have schizophrenia, you have this, and I was just like, what? And put me on meds. So everyone's telling me different things. And then Sean, I told him, oh sorry, my phone went off in the other room. I told Sean from the beginning that I am crazy. You know, our first fight was back in January, right before the Playground music video. And I had gotten upset and jealous over him shopping with someone else for our music video. And I was like, why wouldn't you even ask me? Like, I got really, really mad. And I threw a fit and a tantrum, and I was walking away, walking down the alley, and he followed me and he chased me, and he's always been really good at being able to like calm me down and get me out of these moods that I am in. Like I throw tantrums, and he's really good at getting me out of those every single time. Because I've thrown major tantrums every single time. And this is what I really needed from him yesterday, because I was going through it. I was having the definition of anxiety, hyperventilation, nervous breakdown, all of it, because I honestly was like shaking. I tried to fold my laundry, I was like shaking, my heart. I was going through it. And I just needed him to calm me down the way he's always done it. Because it's like amazing the way he does it. He's really into astrology, and he says he knows my chart and that I'm not crazy, that it's this and this in my chart. He's always been like that, and I always thought, okay, it's a little bit of a crock of shit, but okay, because he always was able to calm me down by some miracle of God. Like even my closest friends like Angel, Jesus, when they were on set with me and I was really upset and I was having one of my tantrums, Sean was like the Trisha whisperer. He like calmed me down in a way that I never been calmed down before. So it's like, maybe this astrology thing, there's something to it. He knows how to get me out of these moods that I get in. So even yesterday, or Saturday rather, it was up to the point of him saying, I love you, I will be over. And what I don't understand is how you can go from Saturday to Sunday saying, I love you, I'll be over, to the text saying, we shouldn't be in contact anymore. I wish you nothing but the best. That's what it said. Like cold. And I texted and called and texted and called for hours, didn't hear anything, and I thought, I'm just gonna put out a video because I have no one to talk to about this. Like, it's completely over, I have no one to talk to. I'm gonna put out a video. And then he texted me and said, you know, I'm not cold, I'm just hurt too. That's not him. That's not who he is at all. I mean, maybe it's how he is now, I don't know. And I'm done trying to figure all that out, of how quickly it changed and why. And like I said, my theory is, you know, I'm sure someone told him to just get out, which is fine. Well, I don't understand. Someone's like, there's not a booger in your nose. I saw that on Twitter. Maybe I have one still, I don't know. I just don't understand why I am the way I am. And I'm, like I said, I am up for any insight on that, because I've gone to therapists, I've taken medications, I've been on and off medications. Sometimes I think medications make me crazier. You know, I'm not altogether there when it comes to my emotions and controlling them. I can't control them. I have anger. I have a really deep-rooted anger issue, like an anger problem. It's really scary. Mixing that with my emotionally unstable personality, like it's bad for anyone around me. So obviously people like my family have learned to put up with it, I guess. But also I think it's a huge reason why, you know, maybe we're not as close, because my mom and my dad are saints. They are saints with putting up with me, because I've been like this since I was a child, since I was 2. I mean, whenever we have family get-togethers, like a lot of times, my brother was starting to bring this up, like, you know, I would have such temper tantrums when I was 2 or 3 that the cop, like, we'd be in the mall and the cops would come up to my dad, like, oh, like thinking he was kidnapping me. Like, I could not stop. So it's obviously something genetically in me. And it's so scary because I feel like I'm going to be forever alone because of it, because I can't figure out the solution to it, which is not fair. It's like being in a prison in your own mind. It really is, because you cannot get out of it. You cannot get out of that frame of mind. You can't. You could go to sleep, you could try and calm down. You can't. Like, something and you snapped and you cannot get out of that. And it's terrifying. So, again, I'm putting this out there for my benefit. You know, I know how weak this makes me look. I know how so many people have looked up to me and said, you're so optimistic, you pushed through so much. And I have, I feel very strong for everything I've gone through in my life, for sure. I won't discredit myself that, but now I feel like I'm having this moment of weakness. And I built up so many people and girls, and now I'm breaking down, and I feel like a failure. I feel like a fraud, you know? Editing that vlog from Friday, I was watching it Sunday morning. I went from being, to being so happy to so miserable. I've never felt as alone or sad as I do right now. And I will say, as a disclaimer, every single one of my friends have reached out to me via text. Joey, Daniel, Drew, including Shane, and Shane's was so heartfelt, because, you know, Shane and I don't hang out as much as we used to, but what he said to me meant the world, and the solidarity of our friendship. And Shane can be the first to tell you, I've said some horrible things to him as well. So, you know, him sticking around means a lot. And my mom too, of course. I think mental illness is really scary, and I think people are really scared to be around someone who has it, or to deal with someone who has it. And I know I would be. When I dated my first boyfriend, it was released that he was bipolar, and it scared me. I was like, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's bipolar. It's scary. And you know what? It is scary. At the time, I didn't realize my own issues weren't as bad as they are now. I really think I'm getting worse with age, which is really fucking scary. I'm just kind of helpless at this point, and I don't know what to do. And someone out there must be suffering with the same thing. I know a lot of people are, because people have tweeted me about it. And I just, any help is appreciated. I know a lot of people are like, get out of the house, hang out with friends. That doesn't work for me. When I'm like this, I will break down around anybody. Even getting texted, I'm breaking down crying. Like, I will break down around anyone. Someone suggested go see a movie. I thought about that too, but I think I'm just too in my head. I'm really in my head. Like, my head is literally, I'm literally a prisoner in this right now. It's crazy. Like, I actually feel like a crazy person. Like, I actually kind of do. And maybe I am, you know, that can be the only explanation for my behavior and what I say to people that are close to me. Like, that's the only explanation. I really can't blame anyone but myself, you know. I can't blame people for not wanting to be around someone who is so emotionally unstable. I can't blame them. You know, I thought with Sean, again, not blaming him at all, he was this one person that was able to see through me, because when I've had my breakdowns and tantrums, like in the past, not this last one, but in the past with him, the night I moved into this place, he was selling my furniture for me at my other place. And he was supposed to come over, and he wasn't coming over quick enough, and I felt really, it was really cold in here because like the air was on. I couldn't find the little thermometer thing because boxes were everywhere. And it was cold, and I was paranoid that he wasn't coming and he was never going to come back, and I was getting in my head again, being crazy. He still came over anyways and saved me because I was in a really dark place, and he had to physically hold me down in the bed the whole night because I kept trying to get up to find whatever. And I had no one ever do that for me before. Maybe it just got to be too much, you know? You know, twice a month I would have a breakdown and he'd have to physically restrain me from doing anything. And I guess Saturday, Wednesday, he was gonna come over to try and help me through something, and he didn't, and then I got mad at him for not coming over. It was, and him leaving me Friday in a car. Like, I just realized, like, oh my God, he's like pulling away. He's pulling away, and I get it. Who wants to be that person in someone's life that they know they're gonna have a breakdown every couple weeks? No one wants to live their life. I wouldn't want to live my life like that at all. I would never. I could never. I mean, I could, but let's be real. I put up with so much with two of my exes. Like, I did put up with a lot. That's the thing. I feel like I'm one of those people who is doomed to an unhealthy relationship, because the only people who can put up with this, aside from John, were people who had their own mental disabilities. That's what it is. So I am not sure what I can do at this point forward to prevent this from happening, to live a healthier, normal life. I don't know. And I'm desperate at this point, so I just needed to talk it out, and I needed feedback, because as much as the internet sucks, sometimes the internet is a wonderful place. It is a wonderful place, because for me, it's my home and my family and my friends, because I don't have that many in real life. And I don't feel as comfortable talking to people in real life because I just feel judgment, as opposed to the internet, where I know there will be judgment, but I know I'm still accepted here, because it's a vast pool of people who have a better chance of relating to me and I to you. So I'm just asking, you know, probably won't read the YouTube comments because they get to be mean, but if you can tweet me if you have any sort of advice, you know, I'm on there. And that's it. And I know I'm gonna be okay. I know I am, because I always am. I'm just very emotional. I'm a very emotional person, so I know I'm gonna be okay. I just need to know how to fix this. Because, you know, this is a pattern that I've known all too well. And I've known from the beginning of meeting Sean. I just knew it was gonna end like this, because I just push people away who want to get close and who want to be there for me, because I don't feel I deserve it. And that's a mental thing, because I honestly, truly in my heart feel like I don't deserve love. I don't deserve friends. I don't deserve I deserve to be alone forever. That's in my head what I feel. And that I wish I could get past or fix or something. And I guess that's why I'm okay being alone. But anyways, thanks guys for listening, and I am gonna be back with normal videos hopefully soon. I don't know. I know I should delete the videos of me and Sean and pictures of us, but I just can't yet, because when I rewatch those, I rewatch those on the regular. I rewatched all our videos. If I wasn't around him, I would rewatch every single video we ever did together. It made me, it's literally been the happiest time of my life. I said that during, and I say that now. These past 3 months were the happiest I've ever been. Dancing with the Stars premieres tonight. And for the first time in all, what is it, 19 seasons it's been on, literally for the first time, I feel no desire to watch it, which sucks. because it's my favorite show and I love dancing so much. Oh, I loved dancing so much. Like, anyways, thank you guys for listening. And like I said, I don't know, I keep thinking I need a break from YouTube, but then I'm like, oh my god, I need to talk to someone. So I don't know, maybe I'll be back, hopefully not looking like this and not depressing. And I'm, you know, I have vlogs that were ready to go up and I'm gonna just push them. I don't know, maybe I'll release them, but not this week. It's, you know, maybe not, I don't know what I'm doing. So just please bear with me, please, because I really appreciate y'all and I need y'all in my life. So I will talk to you soon.